Hello students, in this video we are going to study about some important definitions. As these definitions are connected with magnetism, so it is important to study them first before studying magnetism. If we know these terms, only then we can understand magnetism completely. Alright, so the very first term that we should know while studying magnetism is magnetic field. Previously we have studied about electric field. And what was electric field? In case of electric field, we have a charge, and electric field is the space around that charge where we can experience the influence of that charge, right? Similarly, in the case of magnetic field, it is a space around a magnet where we can experience the influence of that magnet. Okay, so magnetic field is the space around a magnet, first thing, and that much space where we can experience the influence of that particular magnet is called the magnetic field. So we can define magnetic field as the space around a magnet within which its influence can be experienced. So this much space is called magnetic field. It is the space around a magnet within which the influence of the magnet can be experienced. This is the first thing that we should know. What is magnetic field? Magnetic field is the space around a magnet within which we can experience the influence of that magnet. Okay, now the second thing is uniform magnetic field. What is uniform magnetic field? Let's define this. As we know what is magnetic field, so uniform magnetic field is a kind of magnetic field when there is a magnetic field in a region and that field has same magnitude and direction at all points of that region. In a region, if a magnetic field has same magnitude and direction at all points of that region, then the magnetic field is called uniform magnetic field. Okay, so uniform magnetic field को हम कैसे define करेंगे? A magnetic field is said to be uniform if it has same magnitude and direction at all points of that region. उस रीजन में हर पॉइंट पर हमको सेम मैग्नीट्यूड और सेम डायरेक्शन मिल रहा है अगर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का, देन दैट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज कॉल्ड uniform magnetic field. Now uniform magnetic field has certain kind of representation. So if we have a uniform magnetic field acting in the plane of a paper, then it is represented by equidistant parallel lines like this. So if we have a uniform magnetic field in the plane of a paper, then we represent it by equidistant parallel lines. This is called uniform magnetic field acting in the plane of paper. But what if the uniform magnetic field is acting perpendicular to the plane of paper? Then again, in the case of perpendicular field, there are two possibilities, that it can coming out of the paper or it can going inside the paper. So if we have a perpendicular uniform magnetic field directed outwards, then it is represented by dots like this. If we have dots, then it represents the magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of paper and directed outwards. And the next case is, if we have magnetic field perpendicular to the plane of paper but directed inwards to the plane of paper, then it is represented by cross, like this. So if we have outwards magnetic field, we represent it by dot. If we have inward magnetic field, we represent it by crosses. So this is the uniform magnetic field in plane of paper. Second one is the uniform magnetic field perpendicular to plane of paper and directed outwards, while the last one is uniform magnetic field perpendicular to plane of paper and directed inwards. These are the three possibilities in case of uniform magnetic field. The next thing that we should know is the magnetic poles. So let's talk about the third definition or the third term, that is magnetic poles. So magnetic poles are the regions where whole magnetic strength of a particular magnet is concentrated or appear to be concentrated, right? These are at the ends of the magnet. So these are the regions of apparently concentrated magnetic strength where the magnetic attraction is maximum. At the poles we have maximum magnetic attraction. So magnetic poles are the regions of apparently concentrated magnetic strength inside a magnet where the magnetic attraction is maximum. Okay, these are not exactly at the geometrical ends of the magnet but somewhere inside it. So if we have a bar magnet like this, it has two poles and they will lie inside the magnet, not at the geometrical ends exactly, but somewhat inside the magnet. Suppose this is the north and this is the south pole. Okay, if you have a bar magnet, then it will have two poles, north and south, and these poles are inside the magnet, somewhere inside the magnet, not at the geometrical ends. And these magnetic poles can be defined as the regions of, these are the regions of apparently concentrated magnetic strength in a magnet. सो ये वो रीजन है जहाँ पर हमें मैग्नेट का पूरा मैग्नेटिक स्ट्रेंथ मिलता है या अपीयर होता है, एंड इट इज़ समवेयर इनसाइड द magnet, not at its geometrical ends. And one more thing is there, at these magnetic poles, at these poles, magnetic attraction is maximum. These are called magnetic poles. Now there are two more terms that we can define from the same diagram: magnetic axis and magnetic equator. Okay, so in the bar magnet, suppose I have considered this bar magnet, if I join these poles by some axis, so this axis or the line which join the two poles, the line passing through the poles of the magnet, is called magnetic axis. Okay, the line that passes through the poles of the magnet is called magnetic axis. If we try to find the center of this magnet, then it will be somewhere here. Okay, if you find the center of the magnet, then it will be somewhere here in the middle of the magnet. And if we plot a line passing through the center of magnet and perpendicular to magnetic axis like this, so we are trying to form a line that pass through the center of the magnet, but it is at right angle to the magnetic axis, then this line, this perpendicular line which is perpendicular to the magnetic axis, is called magnetic equator. So these are the next two definitions which we have to remember. First is magnetic axis. So according to our numbers, it is the fourth one, but it is magnetic axis, and we can define magnetic axis as the line joining the, or the line passing through the poles of the magnet. The line passing through the poles of the magnet is called magnetic axis. This is the magnetic axis. Okay. Fifth one is magnetic equator. So the line that passes through the center of magnet and perpendicular to the magnetic axis is called magnetic equator. The line passing through the center of magnet and perpendicular to the magnetic axis is called magnetic equator. After magnetic equator, there is one more term called magnetic length that we have to understand. So if we have this magnet, then the total length of the magnet from its one geometrical end to the other geometrical end is called geometrical length of that magnet. Okay, the length, the total length of the magnet, that is from one geometrical end to other geometrical end, is called geometrical length of the magnet, while the distance between the north and the south pole of the magnet, this is the distance between north and the south pole of the magnet is called magnetic length of the magnet. So from the diagram we can also conclude that magnetic length of the magnet is always slightly less than that of the geometrical length of the magnet, because magnetic poles lie somewhere inside the magnet. So it is found that magnetic length of the magnet, means the distance between the two poles, is always less than the geometrical length of the magnet, and it can be defined as the distance between two poles of the magnet. The distance between two poles of the magnet is called magnetic length of that magnet, and we conclude that magnetic length is slightly less than the geometric length of the geometric length of the magnet. Okay, so magnetic length हमेशा थोड़ा कम होगा from the geometric length of the magnet, and the ratio of magnetic length to that of geometric length for a magnet is approximately equal to 0.84. It is found to be 0.84. That means magnetic length is not equal to geometric length, but it is equal to 0.84 times of its geometric length. That means it is slightly less than the geometric length. So the terms that we study are magnetic field, uniform magnetic field, magnetic poles, magnetic axis, magnetic equator, and magnetic length. These are the definitions that we should know before studying magnetism, so that we can understand the concept in a better way. Okay, so in our next videos we will move further to the chapter. For that, stay tuned and keep studying. Thank you.